Hello Internet, Magic Man here again from MMOBomb.com. Today we're taking a first look at Aion. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump straight to character creation. Make sure that you rate, comment, subscribe, click on the videos. We love your hits. Give us your feedback if you've played it. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. Now I've got a couple characters created already that have leveled. We'll come back to those. In the game, you've got two factions. Now, it's a fantasy-based MMORPG that's soon to be free-to-play everywhere. It's free-to-play in some places, but North America will be added to the list in the spring. So you've got the Asmodeans and the Ilios, two different factions you already saw. We've got 4 classes here. We've got our warrior, our scout, our mage, and our cleric. No gender locking, so that's a plus. You've got male, female all the way across the board, including the little cleric here. Now, one of the things Aion was known for when it came out, and is still known for, is its pretty vast character creation. So let's grab a character here and just get a name in. See if Magic Man and 1. See if we're allowed to do that. Of course not. No numbers, so we'll just throw a bunch of N's here. So, the way you can start creating your character is you can pick a default face that you want. Now, we've elected to go with the Asmodeans. The other faction is the Ilios. You've got a kind of dark and light thing going on in the world here. It's a fractured world. One part's in sunlight, the other part is not. So that's the whole faction separation, and they've been at war for quite some time. You can pick a default body type. Now, some of these look a little bit ridiculous. The character customizer is so in-depth that if you go to YouTube, you will find multiple videos where people have created characters that look exactly like celebrities. It's crazy. Go check it out sometime when you have a few minutes. Pick a voice. Now, the models look pretty cool, even with the game coming out originally in 2009 as a retail release. So we can scale with the sliders here, the body. Notice that the sliders have a vast range for each of these items. It's not just small incremental changes. I mean, you can go from the character of a baby's body all the way up to a huge hulking body. So, and you can do the same thing with the face and hair and marks on the face. You have sliders for everything. We've already gotten feedback from some viewers where they've spent hours in here. Again, check it out on YouTube. It's absolutely hysterical. We're going to randomize this and just get back into the game here, and we're going to start with our scout. Now, the security feature there that you saw real quick, I had to edit out. You do have to enter a 6 to 8 digit PIN, and the keyboard to enter that does slide around each time you log in. So, little extra layer of security. Now, I'm going to let the intro video roll here because I think it's important to talk about where Aion is right now and what NCSoft is doing with it. Currently, in some areas overseas, Aion 3.0 or Aion Ascension is already released. In that expansion, there were guild houses, player houses added. Graphics were overhauled, even though they already do look pretty solid. A lot of raids and quests and additional maps. I mean, tons of things were added to the content. Now, North America hasn't seen that release yet, and we didn't know until recently when we were going to. Aion also went free-to-play in Europe, but it's still a subscription-based game in the United States and the rest of North America. The reason we're doing a first look on this game right now is because you can play this game free. You can log in and do what's called their trial, which used to be to level 20, but now you can play all the way to level 40 before you're blocked. And so that should give you a substantial time to get ahead of the curve, level your character before the North American free-to-play release. So let's get started, having said all that, and just show you a little bit of the starting area. I don't want to spend too much time on this because, quite frankly, it's the same as a lot of other MMOs that you've already played. Walk around, pick up your quests like we're doing here, move on to the next quest target. Now, right now, we only have a couple abilities. Ugh, no, we're going to shut the tooltips off. Thank you. I love your voice. You sound very, very pretty, but we're going to take a pass on it right now. So you've got your usual quest marks above people's heads. Talk to them, get your quests, go do it, come back, get the usual 10 gold and a hug, no problem. And that's it, pretty much it. So we're not going to spend a ton of time here. I just want you to take a look at the visuals, the way you start off in the area. You do have your quest tracker up here. And we're going to try and find these workers. I think I went the wrong way, so yeah. Yep, I did. Let's go off to the right here. Now you'll notice I don't have a ton of abilities. Obviously, I've just started off. One of the cool things that I like about Aion is the skill chaining that you can do with some of your abilities. We'll get to that in a little bit here. But for now, we've just got a couple, one strike, one auto attack, and our stealth buff. It just makes it's an evasion buff. So we've got to kill 4 of these. Come on back, turn it in. So I'll kill a couple of these here just so you can watch the combat animations. Pretty slick. All in all, the game does look good. You've got to give it that. It is smooth to play. When it originally came out, I did buy it. I played it for probably about 6 or 7 levels and I quit. We're going to gather some herbs here. Gathering or collecting is an ability that you can level along the way. You do get experience for it as long as whatever you're gathering is level appropriate with your actual collection levels. So, now you're seeing the meters fill up here. It's really a alright, I leveled. It's really a random thing here. Once you click on it, you don't do anything but watch it. So it's random whether you succeed or fail, and now I'm failing a little bit. Alright, now I'm succeeding, and alright, I got it. So, kind of cool, but I wish they would have done just a little more with it besides click and you're done. Kill a couple more of these so that we can turn our quest in. And there we go. Loot, loot, loot. Get my loots. Gotta get my loots on. And kill a couple more things here. So, pretty basic fare. I mean, you've seen all this stuff before. Nothing to write home about. The game does do some interesting things with the skills. Like I said, we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to log in as my cleric, which is like level 21, 22, and show you some of the menus and things that you can do. Right now, until level 10, you're a human. When you hit 10, you'll become a deva. That's when you'll get your wings. So let's fast forward just a little bit and pick it right back up after a few levels have gone by. Okay, so now we're on my cleric, and let me show you a couple of the menus here. We're outside an instance, so I'm going to take you in there and check it out as well. You'll notice I have a lot more abilities, self-heals and things. Clerics in here, again, at level 10, you are able to take your profession and split it off into an advanced skill, so I'm more of a combat cleric here than a straight heals cleric. So we've got the usual system menu here. You do get daily quests as well. You don't have to go anywhere to get them. They're just kicked into your log there based on the icon. So for you cats that love you some PvP, there are some cool features in here for the PvP in you. Right on your character, you can see the ranks and points for different PvP battles. You'll see now that I am the lowest rank. I have not PvP'd on this character at all, and it shows you all the point values to ascend in rank. So that's cool. Take it a step further, though. Here's the rankings for all the people. On, I believe this is server specific. I could be wrong. Some of you late game Aion players maybe correct me. And legions or guilds, this is their rankings as well. So you can do quite a bit of boasting if you get yourself or your legion up there high enough, which is pretty cool. Gotta admit, not a huge PvP, but that's a huge incentive. Now, they do have titles in this game as well, just like in a lot of other MMOs. The titles also give you certain stats or abilities here, like the one title I have on is giving me a few increases, so we'll keep that. Now, this is the one of the first instances in the game. This is a solo instance. One thing I do really like about Aion and some other games that have implemented this feature is that you do have solo, duo, smaller party instances. So you see, here's the list of all the instances in the game. The one we're in is a one person, shows the level range, all the way down the list. You got one person, 6, 2, you've got all kinds. There's your raids. You've got a couple raids here. So it's showing you how many people you can take into each instance. And I really like that because I enjoy PvE content. I'm very good with the raiding and with the instance-based combat. I like to strategize and plan things out. So I also want to be able to do that alone, or, you know, if none of my friends are on, or take 25 people and go into a raid. So it's kind of cool, that aspect of this. Now you're seeing here the first skill chains. One of the things that your abilities will allow you to do as you go through the game and get a few more abilities is chain them off of each other. And each ability will tell you in its tooltip what ability it chains with. Now, if you're a mouse-clicking player, which I do click a little bit, but I'm more a hotkeys on the keyboard kind of guy. Yeah, that's right, ladies. Hotkeys on the keyboard. I have no idea what that means. If you're a mouse-clicking kind of person, that's okay. You see the icon lighting up to the right of my character there. When I'm using the ability that's in hotkey number 2, once that is cast or fired or whatever, the next skill that chains with it, which is another spell or ability that I have, will take over that spot in hotkey 2. So you don't have to remember long sequences of numbers as you get to higher levels, because they'll automatically key into your current hotkey. If you don't use it, it'll reset, or if you do use it, it'll reset back to its normal ability. If you don't want to hit your numbers or use hotkeys, you can actually click the little icons that appear next to your character. Like right here, I get my lightning, which I use right there, but you can click that little lightning icon that showed up next to me. Now, some abilities are the trigger for multiple abilities. So, you can use ability A, and then ability A, once it's been used, gives you the ability to chain ability B or C on it, so you have the choice. So if one is on cooldown, you can chain it with the ability C, since B is on cooldown. It's not very complex, it's very intuitive, and the user interface actually makes it really easy to pick up. Really cool feature. I actually enjoy that aspect of the game a lot. When you get a little further, the chains really become awesome to watch. So right now we're just killing a few mobs here. Now you'll see I have a quest for this. I'm going to kill 65 of them. I'm not going to make you watch that. That would just be ridiculous. I'm going to clear out this little corner here and pull the first boss. Again, graphically, pretty cool. Not top tier. I mean, it is a couple years dated, but it is a lot better than a lot of free-to-play games that are out there right now. Now, in the spring is when you should be able to play this free-to-play, but again, if you didn't listen to the beginning of the video, you can play this on a trial account right now to level 40. Now, the free-to-play conversion for NCSoft is going to follow the Lineage 2 free-to-play conversion model. So you will have unlimited access to just about everything, your chat channels, your trade, and everything. However, your trial account, until it goes free-to-play up to level 40, does have some restrictions on it. So don't mistake those restrictions for being in the free-to-play release this spring. So we're going to pull the first boss here, which he looks a little confused. That's alright. We'll unconfuse him by taking his loot. And chain a couple here. A little lightning. A little smack with the old mace. And down. Goodbye. And we'll take the loot. No, I don't need this. But okay. So there you go. A little bit of instance combat. Now we're going to work our way through here a little bit, because I do want to spread my wings and fly. I want to show you the Deva wings once you get them. Pretty cool cutscene at level 10. Way back when, this was one of the first games that I stumbled across that had my character actually in the cutscenes, so it's pretty cool. I know other games have done that, but this was one of the first that I played that had that pretty cool feature. So you have this Ascension ceremony cutscene at level 10 where you're pronounced a Deva and you get your magic wings, and everything is wonderful with the world here. Keep working our way through here. I'm going to chain a few of these guys, and I'm going to line of sight the next one, because he likes to put arrows in you. You'll see that in just a minute when I kill him and move on through. So, all in all, is there anything in Aion that you haven't seen before if you're a longtime MMO player? Probably not. But there's a lot of things that Aion just does right. I enjoy this game. It was a nice alternative to some of the other games that were out there. I'm going to light him up and root him. Root him in place here. And I'm going to drop my storm on him, and then line of sight. And I know that the 2 arrows sticking out of my chest right now have probably spawned about 15 arrow to the knee comments. And hey, that guy that clicked and typed in first on this video, congratulations, man. Awesome job. You were first. Woohoo! Alright, so we're going to work our way into the next couple of rooms here. So if you've played Aion and you quit, it's definitely a good time to come back. The game did go through a massive overhaul where it was so grind heavy that it didn't really appeal to me or to a Western audience in general. But over the first year, NCSoft implemented so many upgrades to the questing system that the game actually became enjoyable. I picked it up about a year after launch and really started playing it again. I don't have a ton of friends in here, so hit me up on the website here or on the YouTube. Let me know if you're playing this. Right now, I'm on server Zeekle, so all these characters you're seeing Asmodean side on Zeekle. Alright, so this is where we're in the tower. Give you a little field of vision view here, up and down. And, no, I'm not taking the stairs all the way down. Forget this. So let's spread our wings. Now, the thing about the flight, you can glide anywhere, like you see me doing here to get down to the bottom of the tower here. You cannot just freeform fly anywhere. There are specific areas. You see a little icon right on the M for the MMOBomb logo. You can see that there. It's a green dial, circular dial. You have a limited amount of time that you can fly. There are items and potions and things like that that will let you fly for longer periods of time. But you can only fly in specific areas as far as going up and down and left and right and not having to worry about it. But all over the place, you're able to glide. So what do you think? I mean, that's Aion in a nutshell, guys. If you want more information, head on over to MMOBomb.com. Check it out. Hit me up on the servers. I'll be glad to take you through it. Or if you're further past than I am, take me through it. Give me some info on it. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe to the videos on YouTube. Come on over to MMOBomb.com. Check us out. All the videos and stuff that we post there. We're your home for all things free-to-play related. And as always, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you out on the servers.